Long, long ago, in ancient India, lived kings and queens, handsome princes and beautiful princesses, powerful gods and wicked demons, monsters and rakshasas. Today, we will visit the ancient land of India and get enchanted with the miracles and virtues of our land.
Come, let us all go to the world of long, long, long ago. To meet the kings and queens of our land and play with the prince and princesses. Let's marvel at the powerful gods and hear about the rakshasas. Let's take a trip and sit on a ship and go to the land of long, long ago. Long, long ago, long, long ago, long, long ago.
Long, long ago, in the ancient land of India, in the kingdom of Hastinapur, lived a king called Shantanu. King Shantanu and his wife Queen Satyavati had two children. Their names were Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Vichitravirya had two queens named Ambika and Ambalika. Ambika bore a son called Dhritarashtra, who was born blind, and Ambalika bore a son called Pandu, who was weak and frail. Dhritarashtra was married to Gandhari and Pandu was married to Kunti. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons, whereas Pandu and Kunti had 5 sons. Dhritarashtra's sons were called Kauravas and Pandu's sons were called Pandavas. This is the story about Bhima, one of the 5 sons of Pandu and Kunti. There existed a fierce rivalry between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. In one such incident, the Kauravas defeated the Pandavas in a game of dice, and as a result, the Pandavas had to give up their wealth and glory and live in the forest for 13 long years with their wife Draupadi. While in exile, one day Bhima and Draupadi were walking in the forest. It was a beautiful day and a cool breeze was blowing. Suddenly, carried by the breeze, a beautiful and fragrant lotus fell in front of Draupadi.
Oh, what a beautiful flower it is, Bhim. I have never seen a flower so beautiful. I would like to give this flower to Yudhishthir. But how I wish I could have one for myself too.
Oh, fair Draupadi, you will surely have another flower for yourself. I will go to the end of the world if I have to, and bring you another flower of the same kind. Bhima directed Draupadi towards their hermitage and set out in the direction for which the flower had blown towards them. He searched far and wide, but could not find a flower similar to the one Draupadi had seen. I have been away for too long. My brothers will be worried about me. But how can I go back without the flower? Draupadi will be so disappointed. I will not go back till I get the flower for Draupadi. Suddenly, he heard a thundering sound, and before he could realize it, a huge mad elephant attacked him. The elephant roared and lifted his massive front legs to crush Bhima. It wielded its huge white tusk and tried to pierce Bhima with them. But Bhima was one of the strongest men alive. He held the elephant by its tusks and dashed it to the ground. With a thundering noise, the elephant fell to the ground and the earth shook. All the animals in the forest ran helter-skelter, and no one dared cross Bhima's path after that. This made Bhima feel very powerful. Ha 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 ha! I am the strongest man on earth. Nobody dare cross my path. Nobody can match my strength. He strode along the forest impatiently looking for the celestial flower. Far beyond he saw a mountain with lots of trees and plants on it. I think I will look for the flower on that mountain. I have to cross the dense banana grove to reach the mountain. As he walked towards the banana grove, he reached a lake. How cool and refreshing the lake water looks. I think I will have a dip in the lake before I enter the grove. Bhima set aside his mace and plunged into the lake for a cool and refreshing swim. He swam with powerful strokes and felt strong and elated. He felt infallible and proud. After he was satisfied with his swim, he came out of the water and blew his conch with all his might. He then strode towards the banana grove. In the meanwhile, unknown to Bhima, the banana grove was home to the great Hanuman. Hanuman was the son of Vayu, and so was Bhima. Therefore, Hanuman and Bhima were half brothers. Hanuman heard the loud sound of the conch and thought, only one person can blow the conch so loudly, and that has to be my brother Bhima. I wonder what brings him here. Let me find out. Hanuman had divine powers. He sensed that Bhima was feeling very proud of his strength. He had a naughty thought. I think I should give my brother a small lesson in humility. It is not good to be proud of one's strength. Thus Hanuman turned himself into an old and frail monkey and stretched himself on the narrow path leading to the grove. He stretched his tail till it blocked the little path leading to the grove and started snoring loudly. His roars were so loud that even the mountains rumbled with the sound. In the meanwhile, Bhima resumed his journey towards the mountain. On his way, he had to pass the grove. As he tried to enter the grove, he stopped short. He heard the loud snores, and for a moment, even he was hesitant. I wonder what kind of creature can make a sound like that. Let me find out for myself. But I must be careful. He hesitantly walked towards the grove. As soon as he saw what was making the thunderous sound, he burst out laughing. Ho 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 ho! It's only an old monkey. Your roar is surely more fierce than your appearance. Hey, you old monkey, stop snoring and get out of my way. I am passing through the banana grove to go to the mountains beyond. The old monkey looked up and said in a frail voice, I am an old sick monkey. I was sleeping and you have woken me. Who are you? I am Bhim, son of Kunti by the grace of Vayu. And now, will you get out of my way? Why have you come here? You may not enter the grove. It is not wise to go further in this path. Unless one attains eternal perfection, one cannot travel this path. Be sensible and please return. How dare you talk to me like that, you silly old monkey? Don't you know who you are talking to? I am Bhima, the strongest man on earth. I have killed fierce demons like Bakasura, finished off wild elephants and huge serpents single-handedly. Okay, I'm sorry I misjudged your strength, but I am a feeble old monkey. Besides, I'm not well. I do not have the strength to move. Will you please lift my tail and keep it aside? You can go after that. Bhima smirked at the monkey and taunted him. For all the loud noises you make, you cannot even move your own tail? Bhima then bent down and tried to push the monkey's tail aside with his hand. To his greatest surprise, he realized that he could not even budge the tail, let alone push it aside. I think I will use both my hands. The old monkey's tail is not as light as it looks. And so, Bhima put down his mace and tried to lift the tail with both hands. But he still could not budge the tail. What is the matter with me? Have I lost all my strength? Impossible. I just lifted the elephant with my bare hands, and now I can't even lift the tail of an old and frail monkey? He tried again with all his strength, but failed to even budge the tail. He took a deep breath, said a small prayer, and tried again, but of no avail. Suddenly, Bhima realized, this is no frail and old monkey. Oh, great one, please tell me who you are. You are no common being. I have been proud and pompous of my strength. Please forgive me. Once Bhima had realized his mistake, Hanuman took his original form and stood in front of Bhima. I am your brother Hanuman. This path that you want to cross is reserved only for the gods. No human may cross this path. If any human dares to cross this path, he is cursed. I wanted to save you from such a curse, my brother, and also make you realize that along with great strength and courage, you should also have great humility. Oh, brother Hanuman, I am so fortunate that I have been given the chance to see you in person. Please show me the form in which you crossed the sea to reach Lanka. As soon as he said that, Hanuman started growing bigger and bigger. He kept growing till he grew bigger than the mountain behind them. Bhim was amazed at the sight, and he knelt down and prayed to Hanuman. Hanuman resumed his normal size and embraced Bhim. As soon as he did that, Bhim felt a strange power enter his body. Hanuman then told Bhim where he could find the celestial flower he was looking for. You must go to the gardens of Kuber. There, in one of his ponds, you will find the lotus you are looking for. After saying these words, Hanuman showed Bhim a safe way to go to Kubera's garden and disappeared. Bhima set out to find Kubera's garden. Soon Bhim reached Kubera's garden. It was one of the most beautiful places he had ever seen in his life. There were flowers of every color and fragrance. Streams ran through lush green grass. Not far from where he was standing, he saw the pond he was looking for. The pond was full of the most beautiful lotuses he had ever seen. Hey, those are the divine lotuses that Draupadi wished for. Now I can take a few back to her and fulfill her wish. I only wish that Draupadi and my brothers were here to see this beautiful garden for themselves. Who goes there? Nobody is allowed here without the permission of Kubera. Good day, sir. I am Bhim, son of Pandu. I have come all the way here for a few lotuses from your pond. I intend no harm to your garden. Please let me take a few lotuses for my wife Draupadi. No way, you thief! Bhim tried to control his temper and pacify the guards. What difference is one flower going to make to this beautiful garden of yours? You should be more than willing to share the gifts of nature that you have been blessed with. Do not give us sermons, you thief! We know how to treat a rogue like you! This was too much for Bhim. As the guards attacked him with their spears and swords, he rushed at them with his mace. In less than 5 minutes, the guards were strewn all over the garden, some with broken legs, some with broken hands, and some groaning with pain, and the rest running for their lives. Oh, please have mercy on us. Take whatever you want. Why just one lotus? Take more. Take the whole pond if you can. No. Take the whole garden. We must learn to share, mustn't we? Yes, we must. Sharing is a good virtue. Of course. Wasn't I telling you that all the while? Let the good man take what he wants. Good. I am glad I could teach you the virtue of sharing. I need just one lotus for Draupadi, and that's what I am going to take. But only with the permission of the owner of the garden, Lord Kubera. Oh, Lord Kubera, a brave prince called Bhim seeks permission to take one lotus from your celestial garden for his wife Draupadi. Bhim, son of Pandu, one of the mighty Pandavas, I will come to the garden myself and offer him the flower. O great Bhim, I had heard of your valor and strength. I am honored to have you as a guest in my garden. Please take as many lotuses as you want from the pond. It will be my honor to gift you these flowers. Bhim then had a refreshing bath in the crystal clear waters of the lake, plucked some lotuses from the pond and sat by the pond to rest a while. Meanwhile, the Pandavas and Draupadi were anxiously waiting for Bhim to return. Wonder what is keeping Bhim. He has gone for days now. As it is, we have to bear the pain of Arjuna's absence, and now we haven't seen Bhim in weeks.
It's my fault, my lord. I should have not asked for the lotuses without thinking of how far he may have to go to get it. Let us go and search for him, my lord.
So Yudhishthir, Nakul, Sahadev and Draupadi set out to look for Bhim. They walked for days, weeks, asking whoever they met on the way whether they had seen Bhim. Soon they found their way to Kubera's garden. Look! Look, there he is, resting next to the pond there. Bhim? Bhim! We are so glad to see you. We were so worried about you. We thought you were in some great danger.
Oh, you should have not worried about me. I had the most amazing experiences in my journey. I actually met my brother, the great Hanuman, on my journey to this garden. He is the mightiest and the most noble soul I have ever met in my life.
And Bhim told them all about his experiences on his journey. Draupadi was fascinated by his stories. She was also enchanted by the beauty of the garden.
This is the most breathtaking place I have ever seen in my life. Such beautiful flowers, the streams, the birds. Who does this paradise belong to?
It belongs to Kubera, but I'm sorry to say that I had to beat up his soldiers to get these lotuses.
That's not the right thing to do. We must call on Kubera and ask for his forgiveness.
Bhim has my forgiveness, O mighty one. You have traveled through so much danger and peril just for a flower to please Draupadi. I ask for your forgiveness that my guards were rude and uncivil to Bhim.
The Pandavas were happy. They stayed at the garden for a little while, enjoying Kubera's hospitality, and then started on their journey back to their hermitage. Kubera and the Pandavas became close friends and helped each other in times of need ever after.